What's going on, Badger fans? Welcome to another episode of just breaking down the 2024 recruiting class. Today we got Jay Harper, one of the three cornerbacks in this prospect group out of Valley, Alabama, 6 foot, 180 pounds, so good size. Who isn't on the boundary with Luke Fickell and this staff? Just about everybody they get outside of Emilio Agard has kind of that prototypical size you're looking for. I like this player a lot. This is something we talked about on previous shows, talking about my most underrated guys. Ryan Corey's in that list for me. Gideon Atuka. Jay Harper, also on that list for me. Like, he's a really good get, and players that commit early, they kind of tend to lose some of the recruiting buzz among the fan base. This is a guy who committed a little earlier, um, but he's really good. He's athletic, he's fast, he's instinctual, plays both ways and special teams. Athletic in space. Well, let's just get into it. What are the three things I like about Jay Harper? We do this for every prospect. The first one is versatility. He does a lot of everything on the football field. And I've talked about this a lot with Wisconsin high school players in particular, because a lot of times they play offense, defense, special teams. There's a certain kind of give a crap for the players that play every position, that they just never come off the field. You need a certain type of intangible toughness, a certain type of conditioning, a certain type of competitiveness to be that dude. Harper plays some receiver, plays some DB, plays special teams. He's on kick block. He's on punt return. Like, the dude never leaves the field. And those type of players are wired a certain way, in my opinion. I like that. I like that toughness from him. So he brings versatility as a cornerback. You see him in press coverage. You see him playing off. See him in zone. He has some read and react stuff that's really good on film. Comes up, supports the run. So just really versatile overall prospect. So I like that aspect of his game. The second thing I like about Jay Harper is just the measurables. In a class full of measurables, Jay Harper fits right in, right? 6 foot. He's long, like he's a long 6 foot, good arms. Somebody who can really contest at the high point, run with receivers, run on the boundary. He looks great on the field. Athletically, you can see when he gets the ball in his field, he's a versatile, explosive weapon. He fits the athletic measurables of a guy that you're looking for at that cornerback spot, that you can sit on an island and say, all right, hold up. Again, it's hard to do. It's hard to find those guys. They found a couple in this class with those athletic measurables. Harper is definitely in that group. Third thing I like about Harper is I just like the he's played dudes. Brian Smith came out and talked about it. There's a lot of talent in Alabama. He's playing a lot of really good players, and he's not going to be afraid to come in and compete. He's not going to be shocked at seeing, real receivers, real receiving talent. He's played real competition. So again, you get a guy who's competitive, who's physical. Well, let's throw the film up here, as we always do with these prospects. Somebody who's faced real competition and has the type of measurables you're looking for at the position. He's a consensus 3-star across the board. Brian Smith made the point he probably should be a little higher. I like him. You look at the offer list, A&M, Missouri, Mississippi State, Kentucky. He's got SEC type offers. It's a good offer list for a good player. All right, let's add the film. Let's talk about it. Let's see a little bit of Jay Harper. Again, first clip, right? You're watching him on special teams, and you just see the athletic versatility. Much like Xavier Lucas, he's not quite as big or long, but he just looks like an athlete. He's out there. He's long, angular. He moves really well. Here he is playing boundary corner. Look at that double move. Doesn't fool him at all. High point, uses that great frame, comes down with the catch. I think he caught that, maybe not. But either way, like, you're going to see clips of him on offense as well. Really good hands. Obviously a great trait for a cornerback, someone who can go up and snatch the ball. Here he is taking kind of a jet sweep, getting around the corner. And again, just a player that does a little bit of everything for his team. You want those athletes, because he's a corner, but the more athletes you get, the more versatility you have too. Maybe he becomes a receiver, he's a kick returner, punt returner. He just can fill a lot of different holes on the team. Here he is, a punt returner again, bouncing off a couple tackles, being explosive and vertical. Really good athlete. You can never have too many of those. Here he is playing boundary corner. He's going to run this down, high point it. Great technique. Doesn't interfere with him. Gets his head around. High points the ball. Here we got him run support. He's just going to come up and chop this running back down. Yeah, this guy's not afraid to come up and play physical. Again, he's got good size for a corner. And again, this is something we talked about. You see the receiving ability. That's just athletic ability. And you can't have too many of those guys on a team coming around the edge to block an extra point. I think this is a really good pickup. In a lot of classes, you're probably talking about Harper as your crown jewel cornerback. Really nice in run support here, chops the running back down or tight end, whatever that was. So big get. I like him a lot. Jay Harper, one of the more underrated prospects in this class. Good physical size, good athletic abilities, played good competition, and gives you a lot of versatility here. Again, playing receiver. I think they're going to go deep down the sideline here. I like him. Jay Harper, we're going to kick this over to Brian Smith to talk a little bit more about Jay Harper, but one of my most underrated prospects in this class, cornerback, 6 foot, coming out of Valley, Alabama.
The state of Alabama is loaded. Jay Harper plays at Valley, and that's a program that is in an area that he's going against dudes. He's going to come in prepared. Nothing against high school football in Wisconsin and the area. It's not even comparable. So he's going to be prepared. That's another DB. They've done a great job with their homework. I could see Jay Harper. I mean, he's listed as an 88, okay, on 24/7, but he should probably be higher.